I might have forgotten to... well. Hi there everyone! Hello everyone, welcome into another live stream. Today I'm gonna start the stream with something different. A caffeine pill. That's what I need. Hold on. One. Hi the Siphon! Hi the someone! How you doing? How is your day going? How are your days going? Let's play some music. Hi the Dark, hi the Penny Poker. US election in 2 weeks. Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh boy. It really is, isn't it? Actually, I suppose that's good. That's good, you know. These candidates pay a lot of money for their ads, then I get paid. It's a good thing. No, that's way too quick. There we go. Greetings. Hi, Lucas. Hi, the fool. Alright. Well, let me just pop it in. That should do the trick. So, hello, everyone. And welcome into yet another live stream. Today, I thought we could just do the usual, making videos. And how is everyone doing, by the way? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Well, I am really glad you are doing well, Siphon. I really am glad. Am I repeating myself? I am repeating myself, aren't I? Oh well, my memory isn't what it used to be. So, I've been working on the chemistry video, actually. I thought we could do is work on it some more today. Alright, I'm almost there, almost ready. I fully scripted that video, which is good. Time for the weak force, let's go. What do you mean, weak force? Oh no, I'm not going back to nuclear physics. Oh no. I'd rather not. Actually, we might. Actually, we might. Wait, hold on. There's one thing that confuses me. Is a weak force weak... Can I just do weak force? Do I need to specify weak interaction? Okay, sweet. Is weak force really just... marginal interaction, mechanics of subatomic particles responsible for radioactive decay of atoms. Is it really just nuclear physics? Quantum flavor dynamics. Electroweak theory, okay. Less than diameter of a product. Hold on, what's the weak force? I'm so confused right now. Welcome back, Stump Gaming. Welcome. Because I just realized, it just hit me that last time when we were doing research on nuclear physics, we did get a lot of information about how atoms function, how they work, but I don't think weak force was mentioned in the chapter about fundamental forces. So is it just all of these interactions? We just call them weak force or weak interaction? Exchange integer spin force carrying bosons. Oh, spin. Of course it's spin. It's always spin. Understanding electromagnetic weak and strong interactions. Interaction occurs when two particles, typically but not necessarily half integer spin fermions, exchange integer spin force carrying bosons. The fermions of such an exchange can be the elementary, electrons or quarks, or composite, protons or neutrons. Although at deepest levels, all weak interactions ultimately are between elementary particles. All I got was nukes and scientific cereal. We now show can change our force carrying bosons. The masses of these bosons are far greater than the masses of the neutron, which is consistent with the short range of weak force. The forces weak because of field strength. Okay, so it's just. Wait, so okay, so what's the difference between the weak force and the strong force? I am so confused. Hi, the Ghastly Cat. What's happening? I'm just trying to figure out what weak force actually is. In the 5 years ahead. Wait, what's the difference between the weak force and the strong force? I really don't understand. The weak interaction is only fundamental reaction that breaks parity symmetry. Okay. Up, down, charms, range, top, yes. Use this compositive properties. The weak interaction is unique and that allows quarks to swap their flavor to another. Oh! Is that what the weak force is? Okay, that would make sense. I guess that's why you would be able to switch from a proton to a neutron. That would make sense. Unique in that allows this. Okay! Oh my goodness, that makes so much sense. I just started watching your negative physics video. I am not proud of that video. It's a decent video. Not great. Hold on, where's the strong force? Or strong interaction? Oh, we can just open the Wikipedia page. I think I finally get it. So strong interaction is the, in quotes, a bond between quarks, and weak interaction is when quarks change into other quarks. Oh my goodness, I finally get it. Okay, I think, at least, I get it. Anyone here knows nuclear physics? Anyone? Not gonna lie. Could use some help. Back every finish, love you explaining Mavid. You're a very funny guy. Well, thank you. I am really funny and humble too. Oh, this is also an explanation of what is mass. Okay, that's awesome, but I'm getting distracted. Right here. By the way, do you know the history of Leibniz? Isn't Leibniz the guy that Newton absolutely demolished? For no reason, like out of pettiness or something? Is that Leibniz? Then kind of. I kind of know the story then. Like, if I'm not mistaken, the story was just that Newton was really mad at Leibniz and just used the fact that he was like respected to bully him. That's all I know. That's where we get shown. Alright, so right here, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna keep this up. This right here. We're gonna keep this up for now because there's a bit of light. Neutron is a proton, electron, neutrino. Doesn't mean we can find the mass of some atomic particles. The proton is 2 up down quarks. I think an electron is the opposite. Oh, inadequate duck. That's a phenomenal question. And let me tell you, this is way more difficult than it seems. That's because what you have to realize is that E equals mc squared, right? But what this equation actually tells us, everyone knows it, but what it actually tells us is that energy is mass. And so the reason why it's actually so difficult to find masses of individual molecules even is the fact that when you have a molecule like water, for example, right, then the mass of the molecule would be equal to mass of the oxygen plus 2 masses of hydrogen plus the mass that stems from the energy of the bond. That's because these bonds, they are energy basically, you know, this holding atom together, that's energy. And that energy of the bonds, I think it actually subtracts, if I'm not mistaken, the mass? I don't remember, I'll be honest, I don't remember. All I know is that, well, all I remember is that the bond, because it's energy, it also causes mass to happen. And so, when it comes to subatomic particles, like neutrons and like protons, what we just read on Wikipedia about the strong force is that 1% of their mass comes from quarks. So when we have 3 quarks on the inside, 1% of their mass is from these quarks. And 99... Let me just fix my taskbar because it broke itself again. And as it just said, there we go, strong interaction, individual quarks provide only 1% mass of proton. So most of it is from the strong interaction, so the energy. And so Newton had a head start because of his teacher anyway. Newton, president of Royal Society. Yeah. Poor Leibniz. I could see a lot of shells in the who is selling seashells on the seashore. But the value of these shells will fall due to supply and demand. No one buys sounds because the law in the sand step one. You must create some scarcity. Shells sell much better than people think the rarity. Bear with me. Take as many shells as you can find them. Okay, I'm done. Oh my god, I never thought about that. That's crazy. I never thought that bonds could contribute to mass. Yeah, they actually do. And actually, that's mostly stems from the fact that bonds aren't exactly. Well, not bonds. Energy mass isn't exactly what you think it is. When people hear mass, they think matter, right? You have more matter, you have more mass. But that's not quite what mass is. Mass is basically the difficulty to change something. In the most general sense, it's the difficulty to get something to change. If you have a cube with a lot of mass, this doesn't actually mean that there is a lot of mass in there. It means that you need a lot of energy in order to move it. That's effectively what mass is. And so, because of that, energy can actually create mass, and mass itself is energy. And so, this leads to a lot of fun things. Binding energy? Yeah. Takes energy to bring bonds, so it's implied. Yes, a video basically we said know what quarks make up the problem, so we only assume that they are what we get when we break them apart with particle accelerator. I mean, yeah, the measuring elementary particles, it's witchcraft in my opinion. Absolute witchcraft, sorcery, wizardry, and magic, all of the above. Because what you have to realize is that how are you gonna measure an elementary particle? With what? A photon, I guess, you could, but that's another elementary particle. So you're not actually measuring a particle, you're measuring the effect of the photon on that particle. So you can't actually see the particle itself because, well... Inertia. I mean, not only inertia. That's why I said difficult to change, because in classical mechanics it would be just yeah, inertia and the fact that momentum in general, basically if you have a lot of mass, it's difficult to accelerate it. But then there are some cases where it's not only when moving stuff. Is the energy measured in joules? Because if so, wouldn't walk have mass too then? That's not quite. Well, that's the problem with energy. E equals mc squared. Yes, that's true. But this right here is the joule, and this right here is the mass velocity squared. So if you have a cube traveling forward with some sort of velocity, then this is a precedent of simplification. Precedent the actual equation was e squared is equal to m squared c to the fourth plus, I don't remember the other one, hp? I don't remember. But basically, yeah, you could like measure it in joules technically, but this isn't, this is matter in this case, not energy. This is more for like conversion in it's difficult to, I don't know actually how to explain it. It's bizarre. Energy is more like an abstract concept, just like mass, I guess. So energy and mass are really just the same quantity. They are not quite, because for example, photons don't have mass. They do have energy. When it comes to a photon, its energy is dependent on the wavelength. Well, I guess in its speed, but we don't really care about its speed of light. It's always going to speed of light. But so energy of the photon is dependent on its wavelength because it doesn't actually have mass. So energy and mass aren't really the same thing, but they cause each other to happen. Energy can cause mass, and you can take mass and break it into energy. Chuck into a black hole or something. Or they mean the same thing. Well, I would rather say they're interchangeable at times. And they affect each other. Wouldn't be equal MC squared equation, wouldn't the E equals MC squared equation be for the conversion, which would be why we would get a ton of energy from nuclear physics? It's not quite conversion. it's kind of conversion. We're getting into the point where, like, it's not difficult stuff. It's just there is a lot of explaining to get to the point. It's just quantum mechanics, I guess. I guess that's why. The thing is, this is an... I don't know if it's an oversimplification or just part of the equation, but the original equation was e squared. If I remember correctly. E squared... No, I'm sorry. E equals square root. And then m squared, c squared, plus, and then the other thing, which I just completely forgot about. Oh my goodness, what's it called? Einstein... No, damn it. Relativistic energy of a particle, I think? That's what it was called. Energy momentum relation. There we go, thank you. PC... There. That's the equation. So it will be... Let me rewrite it because that's absolutely terrible writing. E is equal to square root of PC squared plus m c squared squared. There we go. That's the full equation. Strong engineering is when you break bonds between atoms, I think. It's relativistic. It's energy momentum relation. Relativistic energy momentum relation. Exact. Because of the PC. I think that's why I actually... Oh, it's sour. So what if mass was imaginary or negative? No clue. We can guess with math, but that's assuming our models are correct. If our models are incorrect, then no clue. Absolutely no idea. Make a video segment on that. I did make a video about energy. I don't think I made it about relativistic energy momentum relation. Oh, but this is so simple now. I get the forces. Okay, so context of the nuclei, the force binds proton together. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. But alright. Let me just set up an animation in the background to render. Whilst we're chatting, make a video. Oh, you mean imaginary map? Oh yeah, it just hit me. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit slow. Yes, negative. In the Breaking Physics Using Math, I did mention tachyons, which are hypothetical particles with imaginary mass. Alright, so right here, we get shells, subshells, orbitals, and so on. So what we want is shells, subshells, orbitals, and then spin. These are the four things we want, which means we need text. We need to move it right here. Shells, subshells, orbitals, and spin. Spin, my beloved. My beloved spin. That's gonna be impossible to read. Move it up. That's a bit better. Even further up. There we go. Black background, white text. Should be solved. So let me see. On caffeine and speedrunning mobile album knowledge how to call it. Cheers, mate. Well, mute. I can relate. Bye and good luck, mute. Hi there, Echo. On sugar speedrunning art. That's also cool. Also a vibe. Alright then. Right here. I don't even have depth of field enabled. Oh, depth of field would be so much better. Doesn't matter. Shells. So first we need shells, which will be just like a sphere, I guess. I can use the sphere to represent it. At the very least. and it will be, you have a material of electron, which will be yellow. Oh, wait, make it. I thought you missed a day. I would never. I did have some problems, but it's fine. Took care of them. Now we're back. We're back to gaming. Doesn't feel very electronic, does it? Can Obidus even spin? No, they cannot. Spin is different. It's actually pretty simple to explain. Now that I think about this. Now that I know what spin is, it's actually really simple to explain. Nice music, make it. Oh, thank you. Actually, do I have in the video chapter about spin or like a segment? So... there's nothing else that works like electric spin, just probably angular momentum. Take an electron and direction in which it's spinning. And even though it's not spinning, equations for predicted everything nicely. So something like, close enough, should be fine. There we go. Also, nice music, make it. Thank you. Was when the union closed when I left, right? No, not yet. The union, the union meeting, meeting room. You mean? The union rep room. "44 hours no stream, I'm seeing day, guys, I swear. I'm streaming for multiple time zones. I have, sometimes it's gonna be 30 or 40 hours. Sometimes it's gonna be 7. We had a couple of occasions where there were like half an hour in between live streams. And once I did a live stream that was not a special, it was just so long that I just had to at some point be like, yeah, okay, I've been streaming for 2 days now. I have to separate it off. Electron, if you put 200 on each side, you could show if they're spinning. If it's spinning, it's not gonna spin. It ain't gonna spin. Trying to understand particle spin makes my head spin. It's actually really simple. Oh, Mute, you wanted me to explain to you? Because I can if you want. Well, I can explain to you what it is. Know how to apply it. How to apply it is difficult. It's just difficult. Applying spin is just beyond me. Explain. So the thing is, electrons obviously aren't spinning, as I think you're aware. However, when we are describing spin in classical mechanics, so when we have like a monkey head, I've learned this very recently on my nuclear physics research live stream. But when we have it like a monkey head, if it's spinning this way, then the way we describe spin in classical mechanics is you draw like a circle around it, showcase that it's spinning, but we want to represent the direction in which it's spinning. So the way we describe this direction is with an arrow like this. That's why, even though it's spinning around, okay, the arrow just... Blender, you're not cooperating here with me, you know? You're really not cooperating. Like this. Why are you drawing on the freaking wall of the cube? Just get rid of the cube. Keep it. Like this, there we go. You know what, doesn't matter, I don't care. The point is, some weird latent momentum, my understanding. It's actually not, it's not quite. The point is, we describe in classical mechanics spin, direction of spin, with a single vector, which is like perpendicular to the spin, whatever. The point is, what scientists realize is that when you take an electron, it's not spinning. However, if you give it a value, give it a vector for that value, and then take another electron, when these electrons come together and when they interact, they behave as if they were spinning. So these two different vectors that they have for their own spin come together and act like angular momentum. This is angular momentum for things which aren't spinning. So, okay, you know what? I may not be quite as good at explaining as I think I am. I need an analogy. Give me a second. I can come up with a good analogy. Hold on. Give me a second. I can think of something. I'm smart. I'm clever. Oh, I have a good one. That didn't help at all. Yeah, I get it. I get why it didn't help, because that explanation absolutely sucked. You know what? I am really doubting my abilities right now. I was really confident about being able to explain spin, but now I don't know. I have another analogy, but it requires electrical knowledge, so I know about that one. Real latent momentum to understanding. It behaves like momentum. One thing which could help you, Mute, is that there is nothing in classical mechanics which behaves like spin, which may seem like just, you know, more of a problem than anything helpful, but this is just to say that you cannot understand spin in classical terms. So if you don't understand spin in classical terms, if you can't picture it, it's fine. No one can. It's impossible. There is nothing in classical mechanics to picture spin. So that's one realization which should help. That's because you don't need to picture spin in order for it to work, nor should you. It won't work. There's nothing in classical mechanics that behaves like spin. So imagining it won't help. It is just angular momentum, except with a thing that's not spinning. Damn, I'm really bad at this. Never mind. I was really confident, wasn't I? I am so sorry, Mute. I take everything I said back. Never mind. I have a pretty good idea of what spin is at this point, because I spent freaking 3 live streams researching nuclear physics, but for some reason it's just difficult to explain. I take it back. Did you upload the chemistry video? I haven't made it yet. Well, we're supposed to be working on it now, but I got sidetracked. I got distracted. I was able to cast doubt. Yeah, if I could just give you one tip, don't try to understand spin. It's not something that can be understood. Like, physically. Even scientists who normally have a pretty good grasp, even they don't get it, because there's just nothing that behaves like electron spin. Which makes sense, to be fair. There isn't like a reason for us to expect that something would behave like electron spin in classical mechanics. Extremely was mobile electrons revolving producing magnetic dipoles. They're not quite revolving. You just need to know the magnetism behind it. They're not. That's the problem. They're not revolving. It's angular momentum. It's something that can be described as angular momentum. Have you ever seen the video that explains spin as a geometrical property? I mean, it's not really a geometrical property, it's just that it can be described using spin. So, if you explain spin in classical physics, classical mechanics, if you understand how spin works in classical mechanics, you will understand why electrons can have different spins or whatever. But it won't give you a good picture of what it is, because that's impossible. You cannot have a good picture. The two things come together have nothing to do with angular momentum, creates an angular through emergent property. Not emergent though. Not emergent property, it's just that it can be described using classical momentum. Hold on, why am I trying to have an analogy? This feels like such an easy thing to come up with an analogy for. That's something that we think of differently then. Oh, I have a good one. Okay, but it is going to be a bit electric. Electron configuration right here. Let's just save this as 0. It is going to be a bit electric. You know how when it comes to electricity, when you have a battery, right? A plus and a minus, and you have a wire. Oh, there we go. You have a wire. Then the electrons are flowing from the plus to the minus. Electrify wave. Okay, so we know how when you have this, then electrons are flowing, right? From plus to minus. Measuring electron spin from what I know, there should be a new world made up. There really shouldn't be a new world. There really should be a new world. You are correct, isn't Phoenix? You are so correct. Calling it spin, I get why it's called spin, but it should be a new world. They should really just... Yes, charge grenades, yes. Okay, great. Well, in reality, it's obviously not going from plus to minus, only from minus to plus. That's because electrons are negatively charged, which means that they actually going from the negative side, which is where electrons are created, into the positive. And what's even more, they're not even flowing. In reality, electrons aren't really flowing because they're going through a metallic bonding. They can't really flow through it in the classical sense. However, we say that electrons flow. We say that electrons flow through a circuit because it makes things easier. Semantics, but okay. But no, I am going somewhere with semantics. That is the point. It makes things easier for us to say that electrons flow. It makes things easier for us to say that they're going from plus to minus. Because it doesn't actually change the result, but it's easier. The same way, electrons aren't spinning, but it makes things easier for us to treat them as if they were. So basically, right here, electrons aren't going from plus to minus. However, if you say that they're going from plus to minus, it will still work. You can still add a resistor if you want, and then you can do the Ohm's law, which is the voltage is equal to current divided by resistance, if I'm not mistaken, I think. That would make sense. No, divided by resistance, increase resistance. No, resistance times current. Yes, increase resistance, increase voltage, yeah. So you can still do electricity, even if you assume that they are going from plus to minus, minus to plus. Resistance divided by current. Divided by current? Increase the current. Decrease the voltage. I'm gonna trust you. I don't know. You know what? I'm not smart. I just pretend. I just pretend on TV. So in this case, it is semantics. If you were to try to picture electrons flowing through a wire, you would fail. Because you can't. You can't. It's not... They don't flow in a classical way like water. They don't flow in any reasonable way. It's quantum mechanics. But we just say V is equal to IR, right? I thought so because Delta. Oh, thank you, Delta, then. I trust you, Delta. Your name is Delta, which is a mathematical symbol, so Greek letter, whatever. So I trust you. Quantum mechanics is so confusing, but so necessary. Is why it is needed. I wouldn't say it's confusing. Okay. It's confusing if approached improperly. What you have to realize about quantum mechanics is that there are a lot of things which people think don't make sense in quantum mechanics. But that's not quite the case. What you have to realize is that quantum mechanics is just different. Everything in quantum mechanics makes perfect sense, unless you approach it from a classical point of view. So for example, a particle being fully described by a function, okay, with a probability of it being in a certain area, from a classical point of view, it doesn't make any sense. If you see a chair, it's a chair, you know where it is. You can point to that chair and you see that it's a chair. But in quantum mechanics, you can't do that. You just have a probability function of particle being somewhere. And thus, it seemingly makes no sense. But in reality, it makes sense. You just have to cast away the classical ways and embrace the quantum probability, whatnot. So if they were spinning, they would have the same result as our case, or they're not spinning. We just say they are volume because it makes no difference. Yes, they behave as if, like, imagine... Oh, another good analogy would be, imagine it this way. You have a cube. Once again, cube number 3. We're gonna name him Jerry. Everyone say hi to Jerry the cube. I'm gonna put J because it's Jerry. Alright? This is Jerry the cube. Now, imagine that it's going forward. And we push it with a force of F. Some force. Now, let's say we're aspiring scientists, okay? And we just happen to know some equations, and we realize that F is equal to ma. Okay? Cool. F is equal to ma. We push it with some force F. And we get some acceleration a. Based on this, we can get F divided by a is equal to m. We can get the mass of the cube. Now imagine that we go through all of this, we get the mass of the cube, it's something like, I don't know, half a kilogram or something. And then after all of this trouble, we realize that this cube doesn't have any mass. It just doesn't. We run into a bit of a problem, because we clearly can deduce the mass of the cube, but it doesn't have any mass, so something is wrong. In this case, if we went through all of that trouble, we could then say that the cube has a new property, call it something like massiveness, not mass, only massiveness, which is similar to mass, except it's not quite mass. That's sort of what's happening with electron spin. So all of the equations fit, as if the electron was spinning. The only problem is, it's not spinning. In the beginning, there was the cube. I can't do the Optimus Prime, boys. Does it make any sense? Because it shouldn't. It shouldn't make any sense. Wouldn't that mean the acceleration is infinite, though? But that's the exact problem. So, cube has no mass, but the equations still fit. So we know electrons aren't spinning, but they behave as if they were spinning. Which means in classical mechanics, yes, the acceleration would be infinite. You are correct. But this is a quantum mechanical, not actually going quantum mechanical. This is a make it mechanical cube. Make it mechanical. Try considering the frictions. Magnetic force. Oh, no, then. Okay, I've understood that's not actually spinning. It's just a way of modeling property of a particle, but I've never understood what the property what is used for. Mute. The property is spin. Sorry if I'm bugging, I just figured I'd take the opposite. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. That's the main reason why I'm streaming, is to seem smart and pretend as if I know stuff. Don't worry. You're actually helping me out. Mute. You will not understand what the spin is, because the spin is just spin. Let's just call it something. So, oh, I have a good one. Mute, try to answering the question. Okay, do you know what is charge? When you have like a proton, right? Which has a positive charge. Do you know what charge is? What does spin do? Spin does magnetism, basically. It's a bit of a... In theory, I do. Okay, yes. Now, imagine that you have someone who has no idea what charge is. How would you explain charge to them? It's not easy, right? Because there really isn't like a analogy here in classical mechanics. The only way to explain charge is with examples of charge. Yeah, exactly. The only way to explain charge is with examples of charge. So in my videos, I always just mention magnets. You have the positive side of the magnet, the negative side of the magnet. They just attract each other, and they repel if they're the same charge. But that's only because so in that case, I'm not really explaining charge, I am demonstrating charge. It's the same thing with spin. You cannot explain spin because spin is just a property. It's like the elementary property. Electrons are elementary particles. There's no underlying physics happening. It's just spin. I completely get why you're confused, because oh my goodness, I've been struggling with this for months. Half a year at this point with spin. Just not getting it. But I finally got it. And as you can see, the explanation is simple. Explaining the result. Yeah, it's not even explaining the result, it's more like demonstrating it. Of charge, fundamental metric. So spin is fundamental metric, is what spin. Yes, that is actually what it is. And that's actually where it stems from. It makes a lot of sense considering that electrons are elementary particles. You cannot explain why an elementary particle does something. It's literally elementary. So we can explain why atoms behave the way they do. We can explain why protons behave the way they do. We cannot explain quarks, we cannot explain photons, we cannot explain electrons, because they're elementary. And since electron spin, is a property of an elementary particle, there will be no satisfying underlying explanation, because that's just what it is. It's just what they do. You know what? I am actually really glad I went through all this trouble, because that's a phenomenal... I might include this in the video. In the chemistry video, I might spend the last couple of minutes after the ad segment just explaining all these confusing things like spin. Why are you defending moles, Rabbit? Oh no, Rabbit, don't. Ew, ew. No, don't defend the moles. Ew, they're disgusting. Moles are awful. They're not a unit. They're barely a constant. They fail. They still fail at being a constant. Right, subshell. If I was able to help, then I'm really glad. If I wasn't, then I'm sorry. Spin. No, this is good. This was really good for me. Because I feel like right now I will be able to much better explain it. If I need to. Microphone part goes to molecules to an unstable unit of mass like grams. It's not linking them! Ramit! Okay, no, I'm not talking about moles. No, I'm done. No, we're not talking about moles. It always... It's never good. No. I will not let you hook me into it. Okay? I refuse. I just refuse. Damn it. This should have actually... let's give you free. Let's give you free. Oh, there. That's much better. That's so much better. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's so much worse. Oh yeah, because I did it along the wrong axis. That's so much worse. Why is it going up? Don't go to the active one. Median point. Here we go. Anything I'm trying to explain, by the way. You are more than welcome. I love explaining stuff. It makes me seem like I'm actually clever. Weird to me that we create the angular momentum, which is not a fundamental metric. It is weird. It is bizarre, and as isn't Phoenix mentioned, it should have its own name. It very much should. Charge, it's unique. Like, we're not calling charge gravity or whatever. Because calling charge gravity would lead... Calling charge electric gravity would lead to a lot of confusion, if we did so. I do want to hear your issue with them. I have so many. And you don't like them. Do you really want me to go on the mole rant? I'm a freshman, I know. Mole is barely a unit. Barely, it's not a unit actually. It's barely a constant. It is. You know what? I will first get this animation going, and then I will explain what they are and why they are awful. Because they are. I'm voting to amend its constitution to include joining the EU as a national objective. I think of it as really cool. Live, love, legislate. I'm all for European Union. Also, I'm all for European Union reform to make it more democratic. I'm looking at you, far right and far left parties, both blocking it. Oh yeah, in Europe we're not divided by politics. In Europe, both the far left and far right parties come together to fuck up democracy. Okay, right here, orbitals. Well, orbitals would be just this, but in a like different orientation, I suppose. Is the atom mega mass periodic? Sorry, pi shell. Yeah, that's because, you know, well, a subshell. Because, you know, if I were to go with the... Actually, it's not pi, it's p. I went with p because S would be just a sphere, and then all of these would be just spheres. Sounds like you treat them as what they are. Moles? Yeah, but they are base SI units! Hold on. Okay, allow me... I will, in a second, explain exactly what all of my problems with moles are. But first, let me just give you a teaser. Base SI unit relations. Where is it? Where's the relate? Oh, actually, base SI units, constants relations. Tell me if you see the problem. I'll give you a second. Can you all see my problem with them all? That's a bit of a teaser. No problem there. Yeah. Mall is just chilling. Not, you know, it's just based on the Avogadro's constant. Makes so much sense as the integer, because an SIN. Yeah, I mean, as a constant, it would still suck. It would still suck as a constant. But at least it wouldn't be madness. Like, look at this. All of these are based on, like, different constants that are based on physical unchanging things, right? You know, speed of light, the most constant of all constants. This one is Planck's, if I'm not mistaken. This is electron charge, if I do believe so. This is the B. Maxwell's? I don't remember exactly which one is this. This is cesium. All of these are based on, like, physical things. Avogadro's constant is so unbelievable. Well, it's still based on a physical thing, but it's so unbelievably arbitrary. Boltzmann. Boltzmann! Thank you. Yes, it's Boltzmann. This is Boltzmann, right. I was remembering that it was something with the B. Oh, probably because there's a B there. Actually, that might be it. I always thought it was Euler's. Everything is Euler's. Right, orbitals, and then last thing, which is spin, which... electron spin. That's what we'll name this. And we'll make it a tad more bluish. And then we'll give it an arrow. 2% spin. What kind of reason? I mean, the thing is, basement. That's my last question. The thing is, Mole is just so awful at everything. I'll give you the short version because I don't want to just spend another 3 hours on stream complaining about the moles. We already did that a couple of times, so. Do I have like a... No, good enough. Alright. Damn it, you can't see the arrow. Why am I so bad at this? Can you see that it's an arrow? Barely. Why am I so bad at this, actually? That's a good question. It's hard to tell that it's an arrow. Damn it, why am I can't fit it in. It's too big. Alright, good enough. Oh, they're saying it's arbitrary too. We're touching physical things. Yeah, but they actually at least make some sense. Okay, fine. I'm going for let's do it. Let's talk about the malls, shall we? Let's talk about the malls. So first things first. Can anyone tell me right now? Can anyone tell me right now in the chat? Just a quick question for all your mall enjoyers. What is Avogadro's constant? Huh? Everyone? What's Avogadro's constant? Because, you know, it's when we're talking about the mall, it's important to have the constant. All of these are based on constant. Speed of light, obviously. Cesium in order to get the seconds, time. No, I'm not looking for a number. No. What is it? What is it based on? Right here, we have this, which is the speed of light, and then we multiply it by a constant. Well, we have the speed of light, and then we scale it down to half meters. We have cesium, then we scale it up to half seconds. We have electron charge, then we scale it up to half amperes, and so on and so forth. The number of carbon atoms in 12 kilograms of carbon. Okay, great. Doug, thank you so much. So, I think it was something with 12, right? I think 1/12 of a mass. That doesn't matter. I think we can actually Avogadro's constant. What is it based on exactly? Number of constituent particles per mole, ionization factor mole of substance. Yeah, but what is it based on? 12 atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12. Yes. All right. So we have the number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12, and it just so happens that the number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12 is equal to 6.0224076 times 10 to the 23rd, correct? You know what's great about arbitrary constants? What's great about them is, shocker, they are arbitrary, which means that even though speed of light is equal to speed of light right now, we could change it if we wanted to. We could set the speed of light to be just 1 meter per second. We could say that speed of light is just equal to 1 meter per second. It would require us to change up the definition of the meter and change the definition of a second, but we could. We could do just that. We could say that speed of light is equal to 1 meter per second. So, why did we choose that exact scale of a meter for speed of light? We did that because then the meter works well at the human scale. That's why we did that. So, the question remains, why was this number chosen for Avogadro's constant? Can anyone tell me the answer? Why was 12 grams of carbon-12 chosen as a number for Avogadro's constant? Communism, probably. To annoy people like you, yeah. Well, the answer is no reason. It's purely arbitrary. There was no reason. So that's why mole fails as a unit. It's the amount of stuff, okay? The reason why mole fails as a unit is because it's the amount of stuff, which means if you have 1 mole of sulfur, sulfur is the actual unit, not mole. But let's go further. If this is the definition of a mole, or Avogadro's constant, let me ask you all a question. Why is Avogadro's constant equal to this, and not this? Why should we go with the amount of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12, and not 10 to the 24th? Why are we going with the bottom number, and not the top one? Why? What's the argument here? Why should we go with the bottom one? Because no one likes even numbers. You know what's even better about this? This is not only an even number, not only a power of 12, but 12 to the power of, that's divisible by 3. 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8, right? No, that's 8, yes. Which means that right here, if we went with the top number, SI prefixes 8, yes, it's 8, which means that if we went with the top number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if we know that we have 1 kilogram, or actually, if we know that we have 1 gram of, am I thinking about this right? If we know that we have 1 mole, if we know that we have 1 mole of some molecule, then we could just take the mass of that molecule, add iota as a prefix, and there we go. Now we have the mass of that mole. That's it. We don't need to multiply by 6.022140076 to the power of 10 to the 23rd. We could just add the prefix iota, and that's it. That's it. Mass of our thing, iota. Finished. Fixed. No need to calculate anything. Have you considered measuring distance in speed of light per middle C? Actually, we could. Why am I banning commies? Because it's easy, it's fun, it's simple, it's free. There's no really carbon. The reason all of the carbon is used in everything is entire branch dedicated. Yes, there is an entire branch dedicated to carbon, organic chemistry, but like that's not really a reason to base mole around it. 10 to the 24th would have been so much better. I don't think mole is bad because it's arbitrary. Every unit is arbitrary because it doesn't describe anything fundamental except for the conversion factor between the different users. Okay, but like mute. I get that it's arbitrary, but the upside of arbitrary things is that they are arbitrary. If something is arbitrary, why? Oh, why would we go with 6.022140076 and not 10 to the 24th? If it's arbitrary, why are we going with the bottom one? We have complete freedom. Complete absolute freedom to pick a number. And we chose the bottom one? Based on mass of protons and neutrons. Yeah, but it's still arbitrary. It's based on the mass in an arbitrary way. It's based on the amount of... Wait, was it molecules? I think it was molecules. Molecules of carbon-12 in 12 grams of carbon-12. Number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon-12. Number is better than the other. Neither number is better than the other when it comes to maths itself. But if one of these numbers is going to make our lives much easier, why shouldn't we pick the number that's much easier? The only difference between these two numbers is that this one would have been so much easier. Why would anyone pick the bottom one? It's arbitrary. We can just pick the top one. Plain C, how could we measure C? Well, you know, C has a reason why it's so big. It's because we want to rescale the meter to human scales, and because it's French. But French people are like the whole separate can of worms, though. Like a constant, not a conversion. Well, because it fails as a unit. It is my honest belief that if I have a mole of sulfur, sulfur is the unit, not the mole. Mole is just there as a constant to rescale the sulfur. Standard is because of tradition. Exactly! It's because of tradition! There is no other reason! We are stuck with the silly, dumb, bad number instead of the good, convenient, sweet, and clean number because of tradition and no other reason. And I'm genuinely saying no other reason. Every single chemist I have asked the question of why Avogadro's number is equal to what it is has told me that it's just tradition. No one has been able to produce any reason yet. It's just Avogadro wanted to screw over everyone in the future, and that's the reason. That's why we go with it. I think is rooted in the distance between the North Pole and Paris, based in the system. Why not South Pole and Cairo? Because of French people, okay? Let's not go into what French people do. That's a headache-inducing problem. Change of gas. Exactly! The thing is, I get that it's arbitrary. I get it. I really do. That's kind of the point of units, right? They're all arbitrary. They're all rescaled by arbitrary things. However, if we're choosing something arbitrary, why wouldn't we choose the one that makes our lives easier? Because a gram is that many atomic masses. Gram in carbon, you should specify. Wait, there are many atomic masses? But then another thing, atomic mass. We'll just carry over. Because I'm pretty certain atomic mass is... Atomic mass is based on... Wasn't it proton in carbon-12? AMU, atomic mass unit. Dalton. 112 mass above neutral of carbon-12. The problem is that this is 112 in carbon-12. Most of carbon... Yeah, because it's the proton, if I'm not mistaken. It was supposed to be the proton, I think. To push make its number the SI units 24th. It really should be. Hi there, Quasar. Welcome. I know the French beat the Poles one time. Yeah, one time. They got lucky. Imperial units better. Whoa, Doc. Hold your horses. The thing is, mass of a proton then. Michael, there's one problem with your argument. When it comes to molecules, when you're dealing with molecules, it's actually the first thing I wrote down. Mass of molecules is based on the mass of all atoms plus plus energy of the bond that affects the mass. Which means that in carbon-12, the mass of a proton doesn't really matter all that much. Because depending on the molecule, you also have to account for the bonds. So, masses of protons will give you borderline nothing. As I say, the mass of a proton varies greatly depending on how that proton is used in a molecule or an atom. Because energy is mass. Natural chemistry for everything doesn't need literally perfect purity. I mean, maybe in chemistry, but not in nuclear physics. In nuclear physics, weak force is weak, but still a force. It's fundamental. Watch your video on Fourier transform. I think you kind of understood everything. I still don't get how get the e to the I theta thingy. Which part exactly? Because that explanation I did omit the proof. So that might be on me a bit. Here's to IU back. If you hate moles so much, you must hate the Faradays. I mean, okay, there are two units which are the dumbest when it comes to when it comes to magnetism and electricity. Electromagnetism units. I got dizzy. Whoa, I got super dizzy right now. That's how much that's how much my body dislikes them all. Well, Ramit, when it comes to electromagnetism units, I am kind of I'm kind of too busy on electric susceptibility and magnetic susceptibility, to be honest. Those are the moles of those are the moles of electromagnetism. Dimensionless. Understand the proof/idea. The proof, I went with the proof, which is based on derivatives. The only reason why I include that proof there is to showcase that it's mathematically it's correct as a starting point. So the proof would require its own explanation. So if you don't get the proof, it's fine. Agents, margin to information age. I mean, yeah, the prefixes. That's why imperial units suck so much. They lack prefixes. Otherwise, other than that, it's literally the same as DSI. And you should use pi to send in places because it's technically more precise. Well, maybe if you're building a toaster, you don't need pi up to 17 digits, but when you're dealing with nuclear physics, precision matters a lot. At human chemical scales, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but then if it doesn't matter at human chemical scales, why do you need the mass of a proton? You're not gonna use the mass of a proton at human scales anyway. You're gonna get the mass of... You don't really care about that. You're gonna care about the mass of the molecule anyway. You have electrons over there, screw it up too. But level of proof, which makes me insane. I left out, well, I didn't really leave out the proof, I just didn't explain it in a graphical way. Or actually, I went with the proof, that's the simplest to omit the graphical. But the proof is it's just derivation. You just see that the derivative is flat, which means that the function is derivative is 0, which means that the function is constant. And if it on the very beginning is 1, that means the entire thing is 1, then you multiply both sides. Thoughts on coulombs? I don't actually get quite why I don't get why amperes are the base SI unit, because it feels like coulombs should be the base SI unit, but I guess coulombs would be just like electric moles then. So I guess they just, I guess that would draw too much attention to just how useless mole is. Not useless. Subpar. Why not make C equals to 300,000 and not? That's another thing, Mute. I don't know. It could be just 300,000, but you know, it's the French. We have to blame the French on this one. We can actually blame the French as much as we want. That's the nice thing about free speech, you know. You can. Every day I wake up, I just start my day by blaming the French, and that's it. And that's the first thing I do. What's the one? Let's see, the charge of protons or electron. We also could. That's called, I'm pretty certain, E. I'm pretty certain electron charge is a unit there. So volt electrons, for example, are electron volts, sorry, are units which are based on kinetic energy given by a single electron accelerating through an electric potential difference of 1 volt in a vacuum. So this is basically energy, except expressed in terms of a single electron. So 1 coulomb, so we already have that. You just say E. If you use E as a unit, that means charge of a single electron. You need to know the average length of 3 coulomb candles. Confuse me, but you kind of skipped that. Well, that's because, if I'm not mistaken, multiplying things to the ith power. Why am I opening another? Why am I so dizzy too? My goodness, it's really oof. I should open a window. This is I might pass out this stream. It's not great. Oh well, the show must go on. So, when you have a complex plane, if I'm not mistaken, you know, hold on, I need to open the window. This is ridiculous. I'm sitting on my chair almost falling over. I have a bunch of chemicals that could be causing what I'm experiencing right now, and I'm just thrilled to find out which one of them leaked. I listen to you say policy support metric. Imperial is so hard to work with. It is! Actually, Imperial is a prime example of how, you know, just because something is arbitrary doesn't mean it's great in any way, shape, or form. Because the only difference in between metric and Imperial is that both of these are completely arbitrary because there are units at the end of the day, but Imperial chose to make the scaling between each unit arbitrary too, whilst metric decided that it should always be 1,000. Oh, I guess for the case of, you know, the beginning, 10. Everyone should start the morning this way. I'm a bit behind in chat, so give me a second. Is there any scientists you hate? I don't think so. Bad scientists. Scientists who don't do science properly. Not those who are wrong. If you're wrong as a scientist, you get a pass if you did science correctly. And Rick Maker is definitely British. No, yeah, as if British people exist. Lawmaker, do your own research. What is Coulomb actually? A bunch of electrons. Charge of a bunch of electrons. So 1 Coulomb is just, I don't remember the constant exactly, but that constant of electrons. Drinking water might help. I should. The French said make it into a tizzy, yeah. Oh, you know how it is, whenever anyone reminds me that French people exist, I just get so dizzy and sad. You know, sometimes I truly enjoy life, but then I just remember that French people exist and like, it ruins my day. Bro, all of the sulfuric acid bucket open. No, it's actually... Well, first of all, I concentrated my sulfuric acid in the bucket. I concentrated it into half a liter. And that is sitting in a closed bottle in the corner of my office. Fun fact, I put some of the sulfuric acid into a vial, and it ate through the cup, and it spilled when I was getting groceries. And so it totally ruined 2 boxes of rice I bought. I bought 2 boxes of rice that were completely ruined because I just spilled sulfuric acid on them. It wasn't... To be fair, okay, it wasn't concentrated enough for it to be dangerous. I'm not an idiot. But it was concentrated enough to, like, completely destroy the box and ruin the rice. Shadowban is insane. The controversial topic of graphitization. I don't know what it is. Hi, Nicola Ford, by the way. Black fans in my vision's answer is dehydration. Yeah, I sometimes get dizzy, and I think I was suffering... Well, my previous working theory was that I was suffering from iron deficiency. That's why I bought 2 cans of beans, but it didn't help. Spicy rice. The thing is, sulfuric acid, when it's in low concentration, it doesn't actually eat through stuff. It's more like, you know how when you pour water over paper, it just gets soggy? Sulfuric acid in low concentrations that does the same thing, except quicker and to more things. So it wasn't really eating through it. Well, I guess it was eating through it, just really slowly. My sulfuric acid spilled when I was getting groceries. I don't know, it's a normal thing. Happens to everyone, you know? What was the concentration? It was really low. That was the second batch. I was awful back then. I'm making stuff. Make it at 5 AM tomorrow. Goodbye, all. Goodbye, Quasar. Bye, have a good one. I love how Mickey is ignoring any questions related to Moles. I'm not ignoring them, I'm just really quickly going through chat, because I was behind. Beans with toast. Well, no, I don't hate beans. I don't like beans, though. I really don't like them. I bought beans simply because I thought I was iron deficient, not because I like them. I really don't like beans. They're awful. I do believe, in my opinion, Mexican cuisine is the only thing that makes beans tolerable. And even then, I would rather not. I have USA and as well. Alright, Eco. No sleep for me. Oh, you're backup one, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't want to spill any acid on it. Now here's how it works. That's what the script says, which means right here we should do 210. Why is it so slow? That's a bit worrying. Okay, then we have EC, in which we will have... I might have fudged up, because this shouldn't be 0, this should be 180, 0. And this should be 181. I just order it this way for the sake of then later on knowing which way the animation is going. Okay, there we go. What about making makes a gun part 2? I would love to, but I don't have the money for it. That's the honest, brutal truth. The only thing stopping me from building a weapon is the fact that I just don't have money for it. It would be a really expensive project. I'm deficient, just drink something. I am drinking water right now. Mexican food over any other food? I don't know about that. My favorite is Italian. I don't know how they do it, just every single thing they make is just delicious. Spaghetti, lasagna. They just managed to get eggs, flour, tomato, meat, and spices, and then out of these 5 just create an infinite series of dishes. It's outstanding. Commenter as well, a pity. It's fine, philosophical ninja generic last name. Ah, I love that nickname. Bye, have a good one, good night. As in, was fun to make fun of long did scientists and philosophers' ideas. Exactly. Bribery is included in the project cost. Yeah, you know what? You know how much money it takes to bribe officials to look the other way when you're building a gun without a license? Actually, I might... I have one idea for a weapon for which I would need to get a gun license. Because it technically would fall under the definition of a gun. So... Whoops! Morgsham too. You're giving me gold today. I have a lot of really good quotes. One of my favorite one of my favorite quotes is that abortion is a difficult thing in my opinion, because like on one hand I like the idea of killing babies, but I don't want to give women any more rights, so you know, it's a bit tough for me. Make it quotes channel. Oh, on Discord we can actually, I can make one if you want. On Discord, just charity checkups. Let's call it stream quotes. There, done, finished. That was quick. First, lucky. Again, laughs in American. Yeah, but in America it also sucks because like if I were to build a gun in America, what's the point? I could just buy one. Whatever I buy would be better. What's the point of building a gun in America? Just go to the shops. Other than the number of prime numbers, I think so, right? Guns for my son, American training. I mean, guns are fun. I'm not the biggest fan of killing people, you know. I personally don't like killing people. All right, murder not my thing. If you're a murderer, I probably wouldn't really enjoy that, you know. If you're a murderer, not my kind of beans, not my kind of person. But guns are fun. I get why people want to have guns. They're just fun. Not expensive. I consider an actual gun. HHO. You mean HHO hydrogen or HHO as in something different? Combustion light gun. Depends. Actually, HHO was one idea. Actually, the definition for a firearm is really solid because it is dependent in most cases just on the amount of joules that the projectile has. That's such a great definition, isn't it? If you just go over a certain threshold of how many joules a projectile can have, then it's a gun. I love this definition, which means that HHO wouldn't have to be a gun. But considering that I would make it for a video, it probably wouldn't exactly be weak. Which means, you know, I might need a license for that. If I wanna break like a watermelon open with a gun, then I'm gonna need a license. I'm sure you can kill the master queen in the sands. I will support you no matter how hard as you are. Good, that's good, because I am truly heartless. I'm just here for the views and the money, you know. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. I'm just here for the money of it all. I'm just here to get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, and recently I actually got a message from someone who said that they could get me a sponsor. By politely declined. Actually, I don't know if I answered them even. I don't think so. I think I was busy. I just didn't. Why not milking math more? It's because I don't want to just make math. I want to get people hooked on chemistry. I want people to realize that chemistry isn't what they think it is. A wrecking ball is a gun. No, because it's not fired. It has to be like a fired projectile. I mean, the definition is different for projectiles, but the reason why joules within a catapult, I'm pretty certain the way most of these are disputed, is you just have like a... Well, you just either have like... You just have someone to determine if something is a gun. I think that's how it goes. I'm not an expert on the legal system, but I'm pretty certain if there is sufficient doubt that something is a gun, you could just get someone impartial to decide if it's a gun or not, if it follows definition. That's the upside of, you know, social systems. That's the reason why you have judges and whatnot. It's because law cannot define everything perfectly, so we just need a person to figure it out. Making math videos are definitely best. I don't know about that. They're decent. How math becomes difficult was decent. But electron videos are also solid. Who's the sponsor? No, that was someone telling me that they just... Well, basically, it was like a small company, I think, is what it was, who basically was the in-between man. You know, the people responsible for joining content creators to sponsors together, locking deals and whatnot. Days when Electronic Mechanics came out, nowadays make it sucks. I do. I really do. Not to be weird, but in the US we had a law for adult entertainment that was based on you know it when you see it. I mean, actually, you know it when you see it is not as weird as you think in America. You know it when you see it is it's actually pretty common when it comes to laws. I think there is even a Latin term for that, you know it when you see it. That's because there are just a lot of things that are difficult to define. It makes sense, in my opinion. So you know, when is something... That would be a good example. Actually, adult entertainment is pretty solid. When is something adult entertainment, and when is it not? Like, how would you... The line gets really blurry when it goes to stuff like movies, for example. Movies that have sex scenes in them, is that adult entertainment? Well, yeah, but it also depends on the scene. Sometimes you don't even need an actor to be naked in order for that scene to probably not be great for kids, for example. There's an error in the Shin Quantum that ruined my viewing experience completely. There are a couple of errors in there, not just one. That's an old video of mine. That was back when I was just getting into quantum mechanics. Alright, bye Ramit. What is a chair? Yeah, but that's actually a phenomenal example. Yeah, what is a chair? There isn't really a way to define what is a chair, other than you know it when you see it. I also made a video on the topic called "What Does Meaning Have Meaning?" I think that's what it was called, where I got a different example. What is a dog? How would you define a dog? We all know what dogs are, but how would you define it? No matter how far you go, you can always just change up something ever so slightly, and then increment the denominator summation, but didn't increment the summation max. Ah, I remember that one. Yeah. Would obviously displayed sexual content or intention be a decent line? It would be decent, but how would you define it obviously? It's a chain of defines. When you have a definition, you also, in order for a definition to be perfect, you also need to define every single word in that definition. That's why math exists, for example. The reason why math exists is because when we have some underlying axioms, and so when I say 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, every single one of these is perfectly defined in relation to these axioms. That's why we use math notation in math and not written language. We could, if we wanted to, we could say 1, or even, 1 plus 1 and so on and so forth, but it's just a lot of work. And could be improperly defined. That's what I said a couple of streams ago. Which one? You mean about math, or... Because when it goes to math, I mentioned that in old videos of mine. Really old ones, like a year and a half. 2 years even. Can we use SI units? No, I don't mean which live stream only. What did I copy you? I can become a math expert in a month. I need to enter college. Depends what you consider an expertise. Math isn't quite as difficult as people think. It's not impossible. Can we use the SI units to define a chair? Well, SI units would help, but the definition will have to go so much more in depth than that. Needing to define definitions. Well, if it's any consolation, Duck, I did also mention that in one of the first videos on this channel. I don't remember which one it was exactly. Something about coding. Except in that video, I used both math and programming languages as an example. So, you know, the reason why programming languages exist, just like math, is because they need perfect definitions. So sad. Bye, Echo. Tomorrow, the live stream may be a bit earlier because well, this live stream is really late, so I can't really go to sleep before streaming again, which means the next live stream will be probably in like 8 hours, maybe 10, as I mentioned. It's fun. I love streaming daily. Because when something bad happens that delays the live stream, I then can't go to sleep because I need to stream again. But in 2 days I'll be streaming for better American times, like, I don't know, something around. Actually, I'll see. Programming, yeah, I am going to make a video about programming soon too. That'll be fun. If you guys, don't worry. I didn't even say when I'm gonna stream. I don't mean you should join for the live stream tomorrow. No, live stream tomorrow, tomorrow in around 8 hours, as I mentioned. That's gonna be extremely early for America. I mean, 2 days, it's gonna be more reasonable. You have to go now. Bye, Echo. Good night. Have a good one. Okay, I'm really allergic to sleep. I love sleeping. I absolutely love it. I really often have bad dreams, and I absolutely love having bad dreams. The catharsis of a bad dream is one of my favorite feelings. You know, when you have a nightmare, you wake up and you realize that it was just a nightmare. It really gets you to appreciate just how amazing your life is. I absolutely love bad dreams and nightmares. I don't like good dreams. I really don't like good dreams. Sleep is like being there without the commitment. I love nightmares. Exciting they are. I love nightmares because of the catharsis at the end. When you wake up. It's really amazing. I remember I once had... Oh, my most common dream. I already mentioned it, but I mentioned it weeks ago. My most common dream I have is that I go somewhere where I'm having fun, you know, enjoying myself. We'll go on like vacation. I'm enjoying myself, having fun, and then I realize that I haven't streamed yet, and I have to make a daily live stream. And so then I realize I won't have my computer with me because I'm on vacation. And then I realize that I'm gonna miss out on streaming, and my 600-day streaming streak is going to end because I simply forgot to take my computer with me, or because I went on vacation. And then I get like really terrified, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank goodness, it was just a dream. I'm still in my office. That's my most common dream. The feeling when I wake up and realize that I haven't messed up, because I haven't gone on vacation, it's good. Jeez, man. Yeah, to be fair, now that I say it loud, it does sound like a bit of a mental illness thing, but... Everyone needs a hobby, okay? This is mine. No one is forcing me to stream, alright? It's not like someone's putting a gun to my head and forcing me to stream. It's my own choice. I like streaming. I get to chat with you all. If you had the money you needed, what's your idea for a gun? I have a couple. One of them was hydrogen and oxygen, which is the simplest one. Another one was a railgun. However, a railgun would be much more expensive and much more difficult to build in a meaningful way. So that was idea number 2. A third one was thermite. So a thermite projectile. This also would be... That one would be probably the most dangerous, because when thermite, you know, gets going, there isn't really any way to stop it. I'd have to be careful there. Because I don't dream, I'm almost certain I don't. Well, give it a while. That's usually just phases. Your worst nightmare over and over is not a hobby. No, my worst nightmare is me forgetting to stream, okay? Not me streaming. Reliving a worst nightmare over and over is not a hobby. It's a lifestyle choice, okay? That's what I would call it. I think there's a point where the hobby becomes an addiction. You passed it 300 days ago. Funny enough, 300 days ago, that was before my addition to quantum mechanics video. Back then, I had 500 subscribers. 500. On average, there was no one watching my live streams. My average viewership was around 0. For 300 days I streamed this way. You know how amazing it is to actually have someone out there chatting with me? It's great. And I certainly haven't gone insane. I'm perfectly fine. I'm doing great. Nothing a caffeine pill can't fix. Alright, 210. I'm pretty sure that's the last stream. Just like hearing yourself. I am incredibly vain, so of course could be it. You are great, bro. Thank you. I am great. You are right. Making claim insanity. I'm fine. I'm sane. I'm normal. Come on now. Come on now. I'm doing fine. Let me just have a sip of water. That'll be delicious. I'm fine. Oh, that's sour. I've been extremely dizzy recently, so I bought some beans for the eye and also bought some vitamin mixes. Good news streaming recently, my first interaction with a person was someone looking for a sale. Yeah, bots were fun. Bots were a lot of fun back when I was streaming. There was a lot of bots. Last 4 seconds, so I'm very sane. I'm fine. We have electron cloud, which is divided into shells, rather than divided by subshells, rather than divided. Oh, okay, so right here, we're gonna need is something representing the electron cloud. Like this. This will be our electron cloud. It wasn't even bot though. Oh, that's even worse. Ew. That's the golden one. Features of additional quantum mechanics came out. Still amazing. Still, yeah. Hi, this Cable. Welcome back. Hi, Vibu. Hi. Am I pronouncing it correctly? I've been saying it for months now. If I've been pronouncing it incorrectly this entire time, I'm sorry. Alright, let's delete this 0. Now then we will need so that's electron cloud, which is divided into shells. Which means right here what we need is 2 arrows. But this time these arrows are gonna be white. Do I have like a white material? I do! Well, isn't that amazing? Okay, then negative 45 this way, and then a 90. Like so. The only difference being right here we need them to be the same distance apart, or roughly the same amount of release, so there's negative 0.6 I meant, and then 0.6 like this, and so I've been to good night, y'all. Bye, mute. Bye. Have a good one. Good night. I don't know how to turn on gravity or render. Turn on gravity. Turn on gravity with what? A simulation? Isn't it on by default? Do you consider yourself a jack of all trades? I hope so. I sure do. You want chemistry, electricity? Do you speak any other languages? I speak a bit of Polish. My vocabulary is lacking, though. Most of the time when I have to say something in Polish, I just fill in the blank with English words, because it's an annoying habit, but I can't do it any other way. There's just a lot of words that I'm just straight up lacking. Can I speak Polish right now? I can. Yes, I can. As I said before, but have you studied formal logic or standard logic? Not really. It's difficult for me to get into all of the philosophical studies, because I consider them most of the time to be unscientific. Although when it comes to logic, I know logic from computer science and math, so mostly from computer science. I think that's Polish. No, I said I can speak in Polish right now. I didn't say I'm gonna do it. I've wanted to learn Polish for a while now. Really want to read the Witch's book in Polish. That's a commitment. May you speak Polish right now? I may. Do you really want me to? It's not gonna be quite as exciting as you'll think. It's not hard like Italian or something. Po prostu brzmi w taki sposób. To jest polski w tym momencie. W taki sposób. Yeah, that's what it is. It's really... It's boring. Right, this will be... the first one. First shell. Then the second one is going to be... Oh, actually, we might need a different... Oh, damn it, we need... Oh, I'm such an idiot. We need a different... Electron cloud. That's an R and a D. Oh, you're more energetic. I can say it in a more energetic way, but... Why is voice sound higher pitched? Did it really? Because I don't like it, my voice refuses to. Right, remove the principal BSDF and add in a volume. Like so. Volume with a bit higher emission strength. Which will be 1.6 because it's yellow, and there we go. That right there is a more electron shader. Always weird hearing someone switch languages and still understand it. It is bizarre. Wait, you speak Polish, Astrono? Astrono, are you Polish? It's... My goodness, it's really early right now, if you are. An insane time to join in onto the stream. I appreciate it. Just came from your math is difficult video. Like, amazing, man. What's your favorite math course and what is the animation software you're using? I am using Blender. Funny enough, right now, this is how I made all of my videos in Blender with all the free animations. This software. Right here, this one. I have to change it up a bit. It's nice, it's great, you can animate things really quickly, that's why I like it. When it comes to the math course, I haven't really followed any math courses, I just use LibreText. LibreText.org, I would really recommend. They just have free textbook. I use it for everything, for math, for chemistry, for physics, theoretical physics, nuclear physics, quantum mechanics, inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, medicine even at one point. I'm Polish, but live in the US. I see, good, so you're part of the effort to polonize the US. Good, good. It's nice to see that our plan is coming together. I mean, what? No, it's... don't listen to me, I'm just... I'm just joshing around, you know. Like an interesting scenario. From mind. Okay, there we go. Save this. Now 1. If people can pay enough for what? There, lovely. Now the next one will be... Oh yeah, the reason why I switched to this, to the volume, is because volume, you can see through the volume, which means it will be much easier to represent the different shells and subshells over to the patron. Oh yeah, right! The plan, not in British. I'm not British! Lawmaker, are you? Wait. British? Hold on. I'm losing track of the British people because my brain is just constantly like removing the fact that they're British from my mind. No, I'm not. Okay, good. For a second I thought you mentioned you were British and I completely forgot. Good, good. It's good you're not British. I'm not British either! Come on, am I British? Dark? No, you're not. You're not British. British people don't exist. Come on now. Don't try to trick me. Alright, so this will be split into shells, which means the first one will be just a tiny sphere, the second one will be a bigger sphere with, well, the hourglasses on the inside. Then those will be split into different subshells, where one of them will be a sphere, the other one will be all of the hourglass combined, and those into orbitals, which will be the hourglasses just separating, and then the last one, which will be... Oh, why am I so dizzy? My goodness gracious me. This is ridiculous. Am I French? Oh no, Doug, if you're French, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. As a Latin language speaker, anything other than English and Latin language seems like someone is having a seizure. It does sound that way, doesn't it? Well, the Slavic languages sound like... as if someone is struggling to speak English, isn't it? That's what they sound like. Just check those chemicals, man. I will, but okay, this is not like... It's not chemical poisoning dizzy. This is... because I can still think really clearly, really well. It's just my balance a bit off. You know what? I take back what I said. Never mind. This is actually pretty weird. Ooh. You can tell? Well, I have... poisoned myself once, twice. It feels... How to articulate what I'm trying to convey? Wait, do you know the difference? I mean, here's the thing. There is a difference in between lack of oxygen and... There's a difference between suffocating and breathing in poison. Poison, generally, when you're breathing it in... Lack of oxygen will mean that all of the functions in your body that require oxygen will slow down. When you're breathing in poison, you are going to get different effects. Effects are dependent on the poison itself. Which means if I were breathing in something dangerous, I wouldn't just be dizzy. There would be something. I would be coughing, for example. If I were coughing, that's a pretty good sign. Obviously, everything is with an asterisk attached. Just because I'm not coughing doesn't mean it's definite proof that I'm not poisoned, not poisoning myself. But if I were poisoning myself, I would probably be coughing. You're right. I'm always right, actually. It's incredible. It's a curse of mine. I'm always right and correct. You know how difficult life is when you're always correct? You will understand just how difficult it is. Oh, that's good. Everything you remember, all I was replaced with calm yourself in the exact position. What do you think will happen to the one, the scenario? Nothing. I don't quite understand which part, because if we're replaced with a clone, I don't think there'll be a difference. Unless you mean yourself as in me. Of yourself. Well, I don't quite exactly understand what angle you're going for. You mean like physical, as in if matter was all of a sudden changed, or you mean like psychological? So, but then you didn't specify what the difference between clones would be. How do you turn left? Quickly and violently. That's how I do it, at least. 4. Alright, sweet. Then, from this, we're going to go right here to 240, which is once again a second, and then... Why is it so slow? The moving frames. Something is off. Not a great sign. Look how slowly it's going. Should really not go... Why is it going this slowly? Is it because of the collection right here? Okay, what's going on? This is ridiculous. Just as a reference... If I like have a cube... I don't know, something like bounce. This is how quickly normally should go. This is really slow. This is like worryingly slow. I might have messed up something with the scene. Whoops. What do you think will happen if all land was swapped with water and vice versa? Well, the France would drown, that would be nice. that's it, that's my entire take. French people would be no more, and that's a positive. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. That's all I care about. Good take. Except for the ones under the tower, they live. Oh yeah, I forgot. The French like made one tower, didn't they? Can you believe that they just made like a glorified electrical tower and apparently it's like a... They're so proud of it. Hopefully they'll be tourists. Yeah, I feel like the only people on the tower would be just American tourists actually. It really makes each person is replaced with a clone of yours with your memories. And like, no more people, just you. Oh, just me. Well, what would happen? I feel like we would just... Okay, as a make it myself, as a make it clone myself, I can pretty confidently state that first we would organize, as in we would pick certain make it overseers to then oversee the work of other make it's, which then would be the workers themselves, and then would quickly realize that we will still be aging, and given how we are aging, we cannot reproduce. So that would mean like end of human life on Earth if we don't do something. So we would then probably just all work together to, you know, solve mortality, create some form of to counteract the aging process. And then once we do that, just set out into the stars. That's what I would do. I actually, just in case I ever... It's such a silly thing, but it's also true. I have a code. It's really silly, but it's a 100% true story. I have a code that I would never do anything to harm my clones. If someone clones me, or... It's complete science fiction, I know. But just in case there was a clone of mine out there, I have a rule that I would never kill my clones. That's because if there was a clone of mine out there, they would have the same rule, and so they wouldn't kill me. And so with that complete trust, we could cooperate. This is a 100% true thing I have. I know just how science fiction and not real of a scenario it would be for a perfect clone of me to exist out there. But just in case, I have that code. To oversee each other. Works. Don't make mistakes. No, there will still be a need to oversee it. Not like classical manager style, only oversee, not to like make sure that, you know, the workers are working, because we would all be the same person. We would all know just how important it is for us to work. The goal of the overseers in that case wouldn't be to oversee the work in a classical sense. I guess oversee is a bit of a misleading name. Their goal would be to see what work needs to be done. So the classical role of managers, except without the profit incentive. The incentive is the fact is that that if they don't plan ahead well enough, then all of humanity will die. The humanity being me in that case, I guess. That's genius. Thank you. Yeah. You can never be too weirdly prepared. I have so many plans for unlikely scenarios, it's just bizarre. You know how Batman has the plot armor of prep time? Where no matter what happens, like Batman has like a contingency plan for it. I have the same thing, except I'm not Batman, so this is just up to ridiculous degree in my case. I have plans for such unlikely, dumb and idiotic scenarios. The first person that gives me the answer to mine. Immortality of any way to make babies. I mean, there's still be eggs somewhere, right? Yeah, I don't feel like I would go for the baby making method. Because it's a bit weird. I don't mean to be that guy, but it would be pretty bizarre. Cloning, maybe. Maybe cloning, that would be... No, still no. I feel like curing aging is more efficient than making babies. I guess cloning is also making babies, because, you know, it has to grow. Question, how many mental problems you might have? You mean it's more than you were expecting or less than you were expecting? Am I doing better or worse in that case, in that department? I'm not crazy, okay? I can't stress that. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Come on. I'm not crazy. I'll make it. I'm sane. I'm fine. Nothing a good caffeine pill can't fix. Right? Actually, this will just be rendering now. I don't know. Because I could be waiting for it to render. We could play some video games, I suppose. So I'm confident you will be able to stop the war from collapse. Fairly confident. 8 billion is a lot of people, you know? Like, the first couple of days would be chaotic, but after that, 8 billion is a lot. People don't realize how much 8 billion is. And everyone with a single goal, that's why I don't like wars so much. And that's why I shit talk on America constantly for having, you know, military budget that's this bloated. Imagine how quickly we could solve everything if we just didn't do wars, if we just didn't waste time to make weapons. And everyone always gives me the same answer, like, oh yeah, well, yeah, we don't want to build weapons, we don't want wars, but at the same time, we want to be, the other countries might attack us. Yeah, but all the countries are going through the same exact problem. Like, I get it. We need a military. I get it. It sucks, but we do need it, just in case another country was to attack us. But America has a bigger military than 10 other top countries combined. Why do we need a military that's this big? Who are you defending from? Who's gonna attack you? Canada? Canadians? They... If opossums all of a sudden took over Canada, Canadians wouldn't even fight them! Oh my goodness, I don't like wars and the military. That's my thing, just... Oof. Industrialized internet factory civilization. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't take me a long time to figure out how to do all of these things. Because what you have to remember is that I wouldn't really have to be able to do all of these things, it's just that... each one would need a make it to figure this out. And so it's not an impossible task to figure out any one of them separately, and essentially that's what I would do. Do you think we are close to immortality, no natural death? No. I don't think we'll ever be close to immortality, simply because we really often like to think of death as, you know, like this simple binary thing, but it's not simple. Death in this case is, you know, the destruction of the body in any way, and everything can break. Everything, all of it, can break from its original function. So I don't think immortality is an achievable goal. However, minimizing mortality is an achievable goal. And I think we are really close to minimizing mortality to a point where you would only die in dangerous situations, not in your day-to-day life. So there always will exist dangerous situations in which you could die. Texas alone contains the 6th largest military in the world. Yeah, why? Who are you defending from? Wars are foolish and so in this war against boundless. I mean, there's really one nice thing that's really nice about our current current situation worldwide, and that's the fact that wars are no longer profitable. If you do wars, you are going to lose money. Because wars just take so much money to fight. It's so much easier to just invest that money. Which means that if you're completely greedy with no moral compass, like a psychopath, a billionaire psychopath, doing wars is no longer good for you. It's much better just invest into something that's a bit more stable. Much funding as the military does now, we could launch a rocket to Mars in a few months. If NASA got as much funding as military does right now, we would have a lunar city. Was that profitable for the producer? Depends which one. For a country as a whole, wars are incredibly unprofitable. Because what you have to realize is that the only thing you're winning in a war is land. That land is not going to be productive. That land is going to be filled with people who hate you. That land is going to be filled with people who don't want to help you in any way, who will do everything to avoid taxes, to avoid walking. That land is going to be... you will have to defend this land. It's a huge investment, and for what? What's that land going to give you? Maybe natural resources, that's maybe it. But still, considering the cost of war, wouldn't it be easier to just buy these natural resources? Sometimes, maybe not, but most of the time. The US economy lending weapons. But you see the curiosity there, right? Like, the US economy didn't... when it comes to the US, the military industrial complex in the US, the industrial complex isn't making money on wars. The industrial complex is making money on selling weapons to other countries. They're not really making money on wars, that's because wars are unprofitable. If Americans were to actually fight, actually use their military, they would lose money on maintaining it. But they don't, they just sell it. Land is one of the 4 economic resources though. Yeah, but how often do you actually need land? At this point, how often as a country do you need land? It's so much easier to just like, for example, in America, the most of the land that's used for housing is zoned as a single residential zone, where you just have single family housing residential zone. That's an incredibly inefficient usage of space. If you want more land, just switch up the usage, deregulate it. The military is the largest business in the US. It really shouldn't be. I actually don't know if it's the largest. If I'm not mistaken, I think healthcare was bigger. I think healthcare was but it was close. Actually, we can just look it up. I sometimes forget I have access to the internet, you know? Let's see. GDP by industry. The biggest industry is agriculture. Oh, that's not the word at all. Never mind, damn it. GDP by industry. 12 biggest industries. Finance, Yahoo. Fine. I just top 12 list. Fine. Can I just have a list? I really don't wanna... I really don't care. I really don't care enough to actually do research, okay? I just want a list. Real estate. That makes sense, actually. Utilities. Utilities should not be the biggest industry. Hell no, healthcare 6. How's that measured? What? In what universe is educational service? Pardon me, I don't trust it. This is career advice. I think that's largest as in... There is no way educational services will be top 8. Economy... Okay, Wikipedia, finally. A source that can actually give me some useful information. Annual payroll, I guess. I think paid employees. What this could be? Oh, that's 2002. To be fair, that's right when they were going to war, so. Whenever the wars lead to quicker ways to win wars, which might lead to regrettable decisions. No, because the thing is, that's the thing. When it comes to wars, wars are not really fought for economic profit. They are fought for political reasons. Political reasons and social reasons. So, take Russia, for example. Please, take it out of Europe. If you can take Russia out of Europe, that would be nice. Because not gonna lie, they're just doing a lot of war stuff. I'm not the biggest fan. So take Russia, for example, right? The reason why Russia launched... the reason why Russia basically tried to invade Ukraine... from an economical point of view, it's not a great way. Like, much better way to be... Consider just how big Russia is, how much natural resources they have. It's insane to launch a war, a full-blown war against Ukraine for the sake of profit. It's ridiculous. As a political move, however... You know, Putin needs any win they can get. But then, just because the war isn't profitable, Ukrainians aren't gonna let Russia win the war, because then there's also the social reason. Ukrainians don't wanna be fucking invaded. So they're gonna fight, which means that wars being unprofitable means that people, if you're going just simply from the economic point of view, people should start less wars. Defending will still always be the same because people don't just work on a monetary incentive or profit incentive. Military is actually 150 million, I think, billion, yeah. It's nearing $1 trillion a year, which is fun. 30% of federal funding. General Electric involves utilities and weapons. They're both effectively just machines, close enough. Educational services were one of the largest. I mean, education in the US is kind of not great. 3 doing still walk. Should I take caffeine? Up to 3 AM. What time is it right now, Caleb? Because that also depends on your tolerance for caffeine. For me, for example, I can go to sleep like 2 hours after drinking a full cup of coffee, but that depends on the person. 10. You need to stay up 5 AM? Well, then yeah, then I would actually. I would drink coffee after 6 hours. It should be gone, hopefully. It's wrong that schools assign that much homework. Yeah, homework is dumb. It really is. But we also had this conversation already. Schools should be just completely rethought and restructured and reformed. It will stunt my growth. Stunt what growth? To show that homework doesn't help children learn. Of course it doesn't. I didn't do it. So, you know, I have an exam tomorrow. Alright, Lucas. Bye. Have a good one. See ya. Good luck. Homework should be optional for extra day. Oh, homework should be optional for nothing. It should just be optional. If the point of homework is to, like, help people learn, then just let them have that as an option. If they need to learn more, let them do the homework if it helps. If it doesn't, then why should they be forced to? And more math in 2 months Cat Academy they had in 12 years of US school system. US school systems have been also additionally wrecked. But I'm not going into politics. You know what? I refuse to elaborate. I'm not going into politics. Top countries education don't even do homework. Yeah, that would be surprising. Hi there, Michael. Welcome. Ah, 5 more frames. Which of it from 6 days ago, the how math becomes difficult. Yeah, how'd you like it? That video was pretty popular now. Thanks for not talking about politics, make it. You are welcome. It takes a lot of mental effort, considering my avatar in the corner is just the average European person, but you know. In the corner you can see the most average European. Fuck, you did it all in Blender. Yeah, it's actually surprisingly simple to animate things in Blender. Yes, the math one. I didn't really upload anything else 6 days ago. Ah, 4 more frames, jeez. Speaking of animating in Blender, how about those render times, huh? My goodness gracious me. Is it because of the metaballs? Oh, it could be because of the metaballs. Oh, I might just need to remove them. That could actually speed up the... Well, it won't really speed up the render. The render still will take about the same time. It still has to render it all. Maximum... What's the maximum number of concurrent viewers? Because I think 19 might be up there. 19 is up there. I think it was 27? 25? I actually have no idea. How long have you been using it? At this point, around 3 years. 3 or 4. Idle. Bye, lawmaker. Bye. Good night. It's like a whole room of students. Yeah. Oh, it is. 27 is a lot. I can feel the caffeine effects wearing off. I'm also really hungry. I can go to the shops though, I suppose. Buy me some yogurt. I don't have any yogurt. I'm all out of yogurt. Ridiculous. What am I supposed to eat? We all know that yogurt is the only food product available everywhere. Remember when you were losing subscribers on average? Oh yeah, I do. I still have screenshots from that time. That was funny. When I was losing around at some point it was, I think, at 100 subscribers a week. Hold on, I still have a screenshot from that time. Let me just find it. I think it was this. No. Oh, that was from the 20-hour long live stream. We streamed for 20 hours. That was fun. That's the wrong screenshot. The right screenshot is... There we go! Ah, those were the days, huh? Those were the days. 14 bucks a month! With 900 hours, oh... Ah, gosh, oh golly. Those were the days, huh? Yeah, to the University of Tennessee today, and visiting where they do the work of quantum computers. Coming for quantum computers to become commercially available. That would be fun. Absolutely revolutionary. Yeah. How much do you gain since the new video? Actually, I don't have to guess how much I gained since the new video. I can actually even tell you the exact number I have gained from that video, because YouTube also collects that data. I can tell you exactly how many subscribers that video got me. Would you use your render? Oh, it's like GPU, and how long does it take to render a video like that? So, the million questions you're curious. Oh, don't worry about the questions. That's why I stream, to answer them. RTX 3060. That's what I use. It's not the best graphic card, but it was pretty good when I bought it. And well, you can see how long it takes right now. Actually, each frame takes around 40 seconds. But it depends on the frame, just how... It depends on the frame. Sometimes they would be right here when you see X coordinates. And then negative 0.6. And then positive 0.6. I just realized that might not be enough space, so we need to move it down. There we go. And we can start with this one. Render. Make all the computers. Actually, I am curious about one thing. Maybe that's just me not knowing enough about encryption, but wouldn't it be like a self-solving problem where, you know, quantum computers completely demolish encryption by normal computers, but they would be fine with encryption for other quantum computers? Because the issue there is basically that encryption relies on the... If I'm not mistaken, if I'm mistaken, you all can correct me. But I'm pretty certain the issue there is that encryption is like the only way to actually decrypt something, if you don't have the key, is to just guess. And problem with quantum computers is that they can generate all of the different scenarios and check which one applies. However, what if you just make the equation 1,000 times more difficult to compute? You know, it's like 1,000 times longer. So right now we have SHA-256. What if we made SHA 60,000? Yeah. I can make it coin. God. So that could be just my ignorant showing, but wouldn't just making encryption more difficult solve the problem? We can discover more prime numbers. Yeah, pretty cool. Biggest prime numbers for like a few weeks long. Small font. First year in uni right now. Any tips how to make it my first year? I'm in computer science. Okay, I want how to make through the first year of uni in computer science. What are you struggling with? Drop. Damn. Whoa. Khan Academy is solid. I'm self-taught in computer science, so I don't actually exactly know what computer science academia looks like. Banging the machine harder is always the solution. Yeah, I feel so too. Because I just found out. What did you find out, Caleb? Alright, next frame. There we go. Now what? Now we have divided into orbitals, right? Which means we just need to... Oh no, wait. We need to put the ball on one side. And the orbitals on the other one. Yeah, Prime was found 2 days ago. Yeah, it really was. I think it was wasn't it the first Prime found with GPU or something? I don't remember, there was something weird about that Prime. What's a future physics major? Well, 3 years. What flavor of physics you interested in? Unless atomic steel is a tip on one. Actually, no. The weight of electrons in an average adult bottlenose dolphin is about 1/4 kilogram. No, I'm sorry, what? I have no idea. Well, then I suppose your advice, advice would be pick a flavor. What are you most interested in? Are you interested in the intricate probabilities of quantum mechanics? Are you interested in the fun behaviors of the nuclear? Are you interested in just engineering and classical stuff? Or maybe you'd like to go big and care about gravity with astromechanics? Alright, save this right here. Now the other one, which will be similar. I guess it's these three. No, it's not. Oh no. It's these three. Why is it such a mess? My goodness. I should really be naming them. I'm a professional, trust me. Not the last one, is it? No, okay. This one? Okay, this one. I could just name them, but what's the fun in that, am I right? The most of engineering applicable one? Well, that still depends. If it's electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. If it goes to mechanical engineering, then yeah, classical mechanics, obviously. Or quantum electric. I don't think quantum isn't used in electric nearly as often. If anything, it's nuclear, but even nuclear is pretty rare. I have a doubt on the Teddy principle. What's your doubt? Particles cool. Particle is quantum mechanics except worse. Particles is quantum mechanics except you don't even deal with quanta. Well, you do deal with quanta, I guess. You don't call them quanta. There's a bit of finished calculus, yeah. And now save, and now it's time for another animation. Oh, isn't this just thrilling? Oh boy, I sure do like animating. 270. That's 27, 270. There we go. The animation, the keyframes right here will make a bit of a weird jerking motion when we start each animation because I'm using Bezier. Ah, but oh well, happens. I'm going to marble on the ramp because in front of the horizontal velocity travels in distance before hitting the ground. Sounds like classical mechanics. And one more kind of reasonable. Have you come across something called defined structure constant 137? I don't think so. Sounds a bit like a magic number, but I don't know. I don't think I ever came across it. Oh, fun! Nah, screw it. Since we're waiting, might as well play some video games. What are we in the mood for today? Oxygen not included, you say? Well, yeah, let's play Oxygen not included. Sure, sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. I've been watching a render for the last 10 minutes. Not quite 10 minutes, but a couple of them, yeah. I've been chatting with y'all, okay? Give a short interaction logic gates. Just pretty self-explanatory. The OR gate gives you first one or the second one. NOT gate gives you not the input. AND gate gives you first and the second one, and XOR gives you first or the second one, but not both of them. Imply? Wait, what's imply? What? No, wait, what? What is imply? I don't remember imply. Oh yeah, this one isn't producing water because it's too hot and spicy. Know how ZP calculus work? scalding. Ah, you're fine. How hot is it? Oh, that's red. Oh, that is scorching. Whoops. Yeah, you should probably go and implies a function but not a gate. I haven't heard of imply. That could just be my ignorance. Scalding, then move. You can go up, right? You can, but you don't have to stop. Oh my goodness, you're just trying to burn yourself. Devin, you're about to die. My, Devin. This is Factory 1.0 just dropped and it's so good. I have played it! Yes, I have. I actually played more of the alpha than 1.0. I haven't played much 1.0. I just haven't really... I don't know. If I'm gonna play 1.0, I want it to be a bit more permanent, and I just haven't had much of an opportunity to play like a more permanent way. Is this so cold? Oh, the water really is going into negative there, Whoops. Make it, do you snort Sharpies? Not often. Change, I just played alpha. Oh, a lot change actually. There is like... there are new conveyor belts. Trans-dimensional storage, alien tech finally works, and so on and so forth. There's a lot. There's a fair bit lot. Trans-dimensional storage? I think it is. Isn't it? Oh, what, dimensional storage? I don't remember what it's called. Something with dimensions, something with storage. 1.08 is extra funny now. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The toilet flushes in hub now. Wait, didn't the toilet always flush? Or am I... Did? Oh, this is only... Okay, well, shows what I know, I suppose. I only thought the toilet always flushed. Dimensional depots. Yeah, dimensional depot, right. Now flash exactly one item down. Yeah. It's useful for you to flash the one thing. No, the ice isn't melting. This sucks. Okay. What we need right now is oxygen. We have it right here. Oh, my plants started growing body temperature too cold. Cool. I sure am glad. Oh, because that water is going in there is still also really cool. I mean, it's... An extra source of lying around you just don't need. YouTube videos are also pretty solid, but that depends on the topic and depends on the creator. Like Free Brown Brown, I mean, obviously. Did we make a single atmosuit? No, we didn't, because we don't have... Ah, shucks. Shucks and fiddlesticks. Do I have like a utility to heat this up? This heats up water. Oh, not the worst. I have an idea. I have such a clever idea. Oh, this might be so... Oh, this is so dumb. This might actually work. The damn ocean. Not everyone that watches my channel is male. Come on now. I mean, like, let me actually check the percentage. Good majority. It is a good majority. You're not wrong. It is. Yeah, it is a good majority. Majority does not mean everyone. It's only 93%. Oh no. Okay. Well. It actually dropped down recently. It has to be sideways. Why does it have to be sideways? That's ridiculous. Oh, I've got an even better idea. Haha. At least 1%. It's 93. It's 93%. Which, yeah, that's a bit biased. That means I'm just not reaching a certain portion population, but this might be tough. Oh, it's finally melting. $2,000 female subs. Don't say female subs. That's what the. That's females. Female. That's to be. It sounds like talking about animals or something. Valid building location. I see. So we need this. Females. No, oops, there's one person. Oh, there we go. Yes. This is inappropriate. I mean, it sounds. Does it not sound wrong to y'all? Like. Male. When you describe someone, do you describe them as a guy or as a male? Only male and female. Male and female where? Okay, this should heat up nicely. Oh, it's not. It's so very not heating it up nicely. It's a 90 degree. What? Now it's melting. Oh my god, not melting. The opposite. What's called? What's gas? Sub? I don't remember. Male males called the male males. Ah, the male male. I mean, all I know is that male and female comes from like biology, which is a very animalistic way to think about humans, you know. Like as long as, you know, I get the argument of, yeah, people are humans, and that's fair enough, but we don't treat people. I mean, people. Sorry, people are animals. Like, yeah, okay, from a technical point of view, humans are animals. Exactly what I'm saying. From a technical point of view, humans are animals, but practically we don't treat humans like animals, do we? Seven. We do not treat humans as animals. You can legally kill animals. For example, you can't kill legally people. At least last time I checked. No, I don't know, maybe they like changed up the laws or something. I haven't really paying that much attention. Oh, I can't automate, can I? Shucks. If I could, I would just do this. Don't die, anyone. If you go in there and die, I'll be upset. I specifically just said, oh, you're just picking ice from over there and adding it to the top. That's genius. You know, can't argue with that. They're picking ice from over here, moving it up to this conveyor loader, which is just then dropping it down there. Okay, no more going right. Out you go. It's too hot over there. Okay. Oh, we're having so many problems in our colony. I mean, we're doing fine. Don't worry. No one worries. We're fine. We're fine. It is exit warning construction, which means I was like, shit. Harold, you can run faster and welcome me. I am gonna do everything because I'm awesome. So I'm also gonna do construction. Marie, this, why not? There we go. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. Exactly. That's the lesson. What happens if I fill this full of auction actually? Okay. Fuck you. Welcome back, Loopy. Just got 3 unskippable ads. Thank you, then, for the mods, for watching the mods. Oh, both of these broke immediately. That's cool. We're pumping in polluted oxygen, that's why. And there we go, it's a vacuum now. Congrats. Delish. So I'm just a silly Billy, yeah. We all have that dark side in us, don't we? Whoa, Atomic Steel! Thank you for the $10, my guy! Oh, thank you! May, whoa! I was not well, thanks! I never know what to say in these situations. I feel like 10 might be... Well, not for Caleb. You're up there with Caleb now. Your first super chat? This is not the first. Right, Caleb? Don't mention it. What do you mean don't mention it? Just give me $10. How am I supposed to not mention it? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know how to react in these situations. I'm not used to people giving me money. How's the animation doing, speaking of? Still rendering. That's in the real currency, yeah, that's in the real currency. See, I watch my film with my dog. You have a duck! Oh, that's cute. What's their name? Oh, hell yeah. Ducks are great. Not Canadian dollars. Yeah, no, that fake money. Like, Canadian, ew. His name is Dumpling. Oh, that's amazing! Make it go buy some crystal right now. I might buy some crystal. And by crystal, I mean copper sulfate. And I need a meatball, another Amelia, but watch YouTube with me. I'm sorry, there certainly is like a theme there. Why is Amelia just called Amelia? You have meatball, dumpling, and then... I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. And get a duck and name it Eagle. In any video game that has like pets in it, always whenever I get a cat, I always name it a dog. Whenever I get a dog, I just name it cat. Ego squatch. How much is the caffeine in the pill? Usually 200 milligrams. It actually is exactly 200 milligrams. It's not a lot. That's like a cup, maybe 2 cups of coffee. Okay, do you want more money? Caleb, stop giving me money! My goodness! I already told you! Just at least do it on Patreon, because then you'll get perks for it. Then you'll get stuff for it, and... what am I supposed to do? Just give me money. I was explaining like 500 milligrams. 500 milligrams is dangerous. 300 milligrams is the recommended, if I'm not mistaken. So anything above 500 is entering the dangerous territory. Oh, this is still cold, of course, this. Where did it go? $400 is for heavy male adults. Well then, yeah. No, not good lord. It's not crazy lord. It's 2.5. I actually I used to, as funny as it sounds, I used to be addicted to coffee in a minor way. It was more psychological than anything. But at the height, I had a day where I took a gram of caffeine in a single day, which is not great, let me just say. A cup of pure caffeine. Hi, the funky Gorgie. Welcome. God, Caleb, for goodness sake. Thanks, Caleb. Caleb! Damn it. Come on. I specifically told you. If I had a nickel for every single time that Caleb gave me money on stream, it wouldn't even matter because Caleb is just donating dollars, so... You have to answer the question, make it. When are we getting face reveal? When... Atomic, for fuck's sake! People! No! I don't like it. You're going too far. Oh, no. Come on. You're making me feel guilty. So answer question. I do have to. That is the rules when I'm getting a phase review. I don't know. Billion subscribers. I feel like that's a solid plan. Do not. No, I don't like where this is going, okay? It's fine. You can stop now. Listen. It's fine. You can stop the war. Don't do war, okay? War is bad. A billion subscribers, huh? Yeah, that's the current plan at least. A billion subscribers. Sending duck pics to Discord. Oh yes, please do. 60, my goodness. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's like a lot of money. Thank you all so much. What am I supposed to do now? Caleb, no, come on. Had to. This is your 5th donation! You can see the 5 there. This is your 5th, mate. I wonder how long to the first billion YouTube channel. It shouldn't be that far actually. Isn't how many subs does Mr. Beast have? Accepted, make it. But I'm not entertaining enough for this. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hold on, I'm looking up Mr. Beast. Oh, make it will be the first. Mr. Beast is 1/3 of the way there. Mr. Beast is 1/3 of the way to a billion subscribers. Oh my goodness. Hold on. There are 8 billion people on the planet. That's like 1/3 of a billion. That's like 1/24th of a planet. Of course, some of them will be old, obviously, but still. The Mr. Beast situation is crazy. I don't know if that's the reference to the many videos or... I'm sure also because there seems to be a new person who breathes milestone and then dies down. I feel like the most popular channels are just popular for being popular more than anything else. Like for example, when it goes to PewDiePie, PewDiePie was a great content creator, right? But like the reason why PewDiePie was this famous wasn't because of his content, only because he was famous for like being the biggest subscriber. I don't know how many of y'all remember those good old times when Mr. Beast wasn't even in the spotlight. When Mr. Beast was making like counting videos. Is this the most money donated on stream? Yes, it is. It is by far. Caleb, the last live stream with most donations was the one where you donated money. That was the previous record holder. This is the new one. 65. Jeez, that's a lot of money. Female T-Series war. I mean, yeah. But what else was he supposed to do? It was funny. Demolition, fine. Stinky. Oh, Stinky, you're amazing. There. Oh my goodness. Still on Senti series. Remember, usually in Finland videos. Yeah. Still alive. Yeah, welcome back, Nickel Ford. Old Mr. Beast was great. Old Mr. Beast was... Mr. Beast, like, invented the ridiculous YouTube genre. Which, to be fair, nowadays he just moved away from. The ridiculous videos where you just weren't watching it because of the education value behind it or the entertainment value behind it, or you were watching it because, like, it was so ridiculous. So counting to 1 million, or... I don't remember what else was there. Like, mostly reading and counting at the very beginning. Just... How much money do you earn on YouTube? It depends. It varies wildly. Right now, on a good week, a minimum wage. On a bad week, $10. No. When it comes to the better weeks, I do earn the minimum wage of YouTube. That's okay. Not better. The best weeks. I wonder if there are 1 billion non-bot YouTube accounts. I think so. I think at least a billion non-bot. 1 billion is 1/8 of a planet. It should be way more than 1 billion. I feel like there would be around 5 billion legit YouTube accounts, if anything. And 5 is still a conservative estimate, in my opinion. Everyone uses YouTube, one way or another. Pics of sand. Ooh, I wanna see dumpling. Oh, that's a good duck. That's a damn good duck. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, that's a good. Oh my. On a scale from 1 to 10. Smash. Alright. That's a good duck. Has a job. I do. You don't need to. You don't need to donate on stream. It's fine. I have a job. And we're slowly transitioning into the point where I will hopefully be able to support myself with YouTube. I am such an idiot. I have reed fiber right here. I could have just moved it out of the way. Duck is amazing. On a completely unrelated note. Baby Shark dance video. It will be. Well, it has to be tens of billions, right? No way there's anything less than that. There we go. Of this stream for the next 10 weeks. I don't spend a lot of money though. I mean, after this stream, you know what? Actually, Caleb and Atomic, thank you so much. After this stream, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy myself some yogurt and a bag of chips. I'm gonna treat myself today. I'm gonna buy myself a bag of chips. Thank you. I can afford it now. Duck is very gamey. I didn't understand what that meant until I had a duck. Oh, that word that leaves a. That's a graphic word, gamey. Don't YouTube kids videos make less money? They make way less money, yes. That's because you can't put the same kinds of ads. Actually, different kinds of videos. I'm pretty certain. So. Here's the thing, gaming videos get a lot more views than science videos, but I'm pretty certain science videos get better ads. Simply because, you know, the people that watch science videos are usually more sought after when it comes to advertisers. Welcome, Mickey. Thank you, I'm gonna... Yeah. I accidentally dropped my wall on my keyboard twice. Hi there, Shard. And I know if I said hi, my brain ain't really thinking well. Oh, 2 reed fiber. Well, I guess 1 then. Atomic, fuck. I look away for 1 second. Thank you for that's so much. Thrice. chips and yogurt. No. I'm gonna get the yogurt for like the nutritional value, a good breakfast, and chips to treat myself to get something to eat. You know, something good tasting. I don't combine them. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not crazy. Like, listen. Okay, yeah, I might have spent the last 627 days streaming non-stop. I might have absolutely no social life, and I might every now and then build something that most people consider a weapon for the sake of a hobby. But I'm not crazy enough to combine chips and yogurt. What's coming out for banning abortion? Oh, damn. Well, my take on ads, by the way, I've already mentioned before that I would gladly spread propaganda by, you know, the recent scandal with Russia basically paying people to spread Russian propaganda. I've already stated it before, and I will repeat myself. If someone offers me millions of dollars to make propaganda, I'm gonna do it. I'd do it. Like, I trust you all are smart enough to figure out it's propaganda, and I would just do it. I would just take the millions. That was even not a sociopath. What social life? Suffocating. Why? Just breathe. Oh, that's why. Okay, so oh. That's why you suffocate. Oh, okay. That explains it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that does explain it. Buff make it? No. This is not buff make it. This is average European. You know what? Let's see the animation. I am so hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet. You should build a fusion reactor. No, 2 fusion reactors. Exactly. I need the backup one, and then a backup fusion reactor in case my backup fusion reactor breaks. You always gotta be prepared. Okay, and then we'll have x and then this, which is negative 0.6. I said negative 0.6, and then 0.6, and then negative 0.6, and then rotate forward. I'm so glad I'm not naming any of them. It's gonna be really fun when I have to keep track. Are you currently in uni college? No, I am not. As I already mentioned, I'm a generalist. I do physics, I do chemistry, I do math, I do computer science, I do all sorts of things, and because of that I can't, unfortunately, there isn't really any path in academia for me to follow. This is wrong, I just realized. Whoops. These have to go back. Give some space. Actually, there really isn't much space to be left. There, that's good enough. Make it next bucket sound is confirmed. I mean, that's the end goal. The end goal is to just apply all of my theoretical knowledge. The only problem, as I mentioned, like, I don't... You know what? Never mind. I don't want to mention what the problem is. It's fine. Christopher in nuclear physics because I missed the other stream. Can you do a simple fusion reaction actually? Is that even doable? There has to be some way, right? It depends. What is your age? That's a good question. I have not heard of fame notes. The good thing about physics in the job market is that they are the generalists. I suppose. I suppose that's true. You get more donation while he's mentioning. Yeah. I don't have any problem. Never mind. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Whatever. It's alright. 270 and oh. I first need to finish these videos. I don't want to depend on donations to sustain myself. I want to depend on ads. if my choice is bleeding dry people who watch my videos or bleeding dry the advertisers, I want to bleed dry the advertisers. They're like $1 million, they can handle it. That'll be fine. There's being 1/5 of all degrees. See if any applicants. The high schooler made a fusion reactor in his room. Really? Okay, that might be a video idea. I don't know. Hold on, let me add it to the list of videos I could make. Opinions on ad blockers. If you're using an ad blocker, that's fine. I get it. You don't want to bother with ads. I understand. I'm not gonna sit here and be preaching. Atomic, for good. Once again, I turned first. Atomic. Atomic, please. I beg you, don't. Thank you. I just realized I can hard these actually. Let me go through each and every single one. You told it 6 times? What? Let me go through each and every single one and add a heart to it. I don't know if it does anything, but just in case. I'm going crazy right now. That's so much money. Okay, remember when you said you would me out for $40? No, I do not. I do not remember that. Because you shouldn't. Oh, you shouldn't so much. You shouldn't. Please don't. I don't even care about the humiliation thing. That wouldn't... I wouldn't be humiliated by that. I've done much worse things on stream. Just don't donate more. That's so much. So much money. How many bags of chips are there right now? That's a lot. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna save up the rest. I have a really cool savings account in Neobank. I'm gonna save it all up for rainy day or a flood, considering how much money y'all gave me. That's so much money. Okay, -1, and then suddenly this would be +1. All right. Oh, but don't know. Flood like Florida, yeah. Make it. I will find the clip. No, because I'm gonna donate 40. Don't look for the clip. One day you will get into meow. I can do it for free if y'all want. Meow. I can't meow. I do bad with voices. As I mentioned, I don't really feel shame. I'm a YouTuber. We don't feel shame. We don't really have that soul, you know. We don't really have that part of our body that's part of our brains that's responsible for shame. I don't mind this. Just don't donate more. Oh, damn it! This was supposed to be a 3-hour-long stream, but y'all donated so much money. I feel bad for ending now. I have to keep going. I'm really hungry. Hi, the Maximum G9. You've joined in at a pretty peculiar time. You said no anymore. I didn't! I specifically didn't! Wait, hold on. I have a question. Hold on, I have a question. A question for everyone. Why do I have the donate button, actually? I'm sorry, what now? I have a donate button. I can donate money to myself. Money laundering. Yeah, it really is. Money laundering 101. I did Atomic. Donate to yourself. I could try. I don't think I have my debit card connected. Whatever that card is. Virtual card. Make your money clean. You know what? That's actually a pretty good idea considering my math business. Math. I'm selling math. That's what my business. That's what I'm doing. It's my math business side hustle. Math, exactly. It's my math business. We're making math. That's what we're making. It's like a. Could you read the numbers on stream, please? Good numbers back. Oh, my card. Yeah, sure, no problem. Hold on, let me just open it up. It's this one. Oh, I need to show details. Right, there we go. It's 3402 5891 3872 9517. And then the three numbers are 713. No problem. European Walter White. Imagine how boring that would be. I mean, much harder to get a gun. Wait, there's action scenes. Bartholomew White. Is that what you imagine? I'm sorry, is that is that like an average European name, Bartholomew? Okay, now this 270 to 300. The next video is gonna be shorter than the previous one because the previous one was freaking 40 minutes long. The next one is gonna be shorter. We cancel that card. No, why? Let people use it. Listen, sharing is caring, you know what they say. Atomic's gonna be donated to you via your own card. You know what? No, I'm gonna end the stream before Atomic gets another bright idea. You got me stuttering. You got me bewildered, shaken up, and stirred. Did you try dating yourself? I could, but as I mentioned, I don't have. I have my I have an AdSense account on YouTube. I mean, not on Google. I have my card linked to the ad account, but I don't think I have a YouTube link to YouTube itself. Ah, no, damn it! That's it. No, that's what I get for delaying it. That's it. That'll be it for today's live stream. Thank you so much, Kid. Thank you so much, Atomic, for that's so much money. I'm gonna go now. I am done. I over. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. For now, I suppose that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.